I would have to say unequivocal. I can't say that word. Unequivocally, I have to say that way. That it's never ever too early to begin. And I'm going to tell you a reason why I say that. I knew of a lady one time who, when she was carrying her child, she had a lot of pain in her thighs and her legs, and so was doing a lot of moaning and groaning. And when that child was born, the child was making the noises that he had heard in the uterus in the womb. It was amazing to see that. It was just amazing, and it took a while until that wore off. So, I really, really believe that kids are react to things that they're exposed to even before the first breath, even before the very first breath. So, in that it's never too early to start building the foundation for a successful, happy life for your child. I have to say that most of us would do almost anything that we could do to avoid tragedy with our kids. And it begins very, very early. It begins with rocking. They discovered rocking, holding, touching, singing, um, visual, like games. And a lady friend of mine one time told me to get a helium balloon and tie it to my child's ankle. And then every time, of course, they kick their feet, this thing moves. And it was just kind of cool. And so it was an interesting experience to see how that worked. But I think it's just never, ever too early to begin, whether you're singing songs. Um, Children respond to all the things that they're exposed to, and you're building a foundation for things to come. And it wasn't that many years ago, really, that they discovered that the first, I think it's 5 years of life, the electrical networking, it starts out like this, I guess, from what I understood, and it actually forms connections like so and comes together and actually like knits. That's the way I understood what I read. And then some of you will know way more about that than I do. But there are connections, electrical connections, and for lack of a better term, people just forgive me here, but there are connections that take place in circuitry that forms in the brain during the first 5 years. And they discovered that it forms from good old mama stuff, mama and daddy stuff, which is hugging, rocking, touching, singing, all those kind of things. And I think that it was proven, of course, when they understood that babies that didn't receive that um, were what they came to call failure to thrive babies. They didn't put on weight, they didn't respond, they didn't, all these things. So the best quality care, I personally feel it's worth almost any sacrifice in order to have one income family, which I know, please don't anybody jump on me. I know that that's not always possible. It's very, very difficult to do these days. Very difficult to do. But if you can't work opposite shifts where one parent is covering when the other parent's not there, and that's a hard life to live as well. If you can't do part-time work, try to have a home atmosphere if at all possible. I worked in a small home daycare. I think there were 12 kids. 2 days. 2 days I worked in a small home daycare as a favor to the lady that ran it, because she needed to keep, she had to have at least two people there for 12 kids. This was many years ago, and I don't care what anybody says, it's brutal. It's brutal. I'm probably going to get eggs thrown at me here, but it's a very, very hard thing to leave. And this was a good daycare. This was a good home situation where, they had a schedule and so on and so forth, but it just was brutal. So I will pick this up in the next video, and it may be a day or two before I get to the next one. God bless you all.